Hey there guys, this might be a little bit late for some of you, but I'm going to be showing you a few of the tips from the Japanese server to how to farm the current NeoVision's Final Fantasy VII event a little bit better. I saw some people having problems with the Brave Awakening boss and maybe the EX stage. We're going to do the Brave Awakening boss first. You got to kill this guy like 45 times to get enough fragments to awaken all 3 units. So we're going to be using some barrage units. It doesn't really matter who, as long as they have, or not that, as long as they have barrage, the attack that hits 4 times per use. You want them to be dual wielding with either a greatsword or a fist. So we're going to use 3 units. We're going to use Suzumi, dual wielding greatswords. We're going to use Gravy, he's dual wielding greatswords. Now he can't use these naturally. We're using Garland's TMR to equip greatsword. Otherwise, you can use someone that does it naturally, like 3-star Barts can has barrage and can use greatswords or fist. And we're going to use Shira, who is dual wielding fist. Again, he can't equip fist naturally. We're using just equip fist materia. So those 3 units are going to take care of the break bar. We're going to use a actual breaker for defense, attack, etc. We're just going to use Vaughn. Naked Vaughn doesn't matter. He's just going to use his LB to break. And we're going to use a DPS. Kuj is really good because the boss is undead, so you want undead killer, and Kuj is just, really good damage. So we're going to be using Kuja for our damage, 3 people with barrage and dual wielding either great swords or fist weapons. It doesn't matter which one. And then a breaker. Alright, so it's tab 5 over here, and this is the boss. There's 2 versions. There's the easy version, difficulty 150. But you get less materials for fighting him, so it's better to farm the difficulty 250 guy. Wow. It's better to farm the difficulty 250 guy because he gives more materials. So we're going to grab just a Kuja friend, preferably one on either Bahamut or Phoenix. Let's see if anyone's on Phoenix for the undead killer. Alright, well, Yokes is on Bahamut, which has undead killer as well. So we're going to go ahead and go in here and take it out. So this is using the break mechanic bar that has been introduced in JP kind of recently. It hasn't really mattered because it's always been on super easy fights, but this guy, you kind of want to break his bar. So this break bar is going to be broken after, I think, 15 hits with either a greatsword or a fist weapon. So because we're using a bunch of barrage units, they're going to just go ahead and barrage away that break bar. So each hit of barrage counts as a hit. So with dual wielding, that's 8 per unit, so that's 24 hits. So there we go, the bar's been broken. That takes out the break bar immediately, which gives him this break debuff, which you actually can't see on the inspect screen. But you see above his health, the break bar, so all his stats have been dramatically lowered. Now we're going to use Vaughn's break and break his stats even further. That does stack with the actual break. And now we're going to use Kuj to just deal some damage. Now that the bar has been broken, we should be able to do pretty good damage. If you try to hurt him before the break bar is gone, you're going to deal like almost nothing. Alright, so this might even one-shot him. Close enough. Okay, that's fine. So this boss is now going to use some fire attacks. Kuja has natural fire resist, so he'll take very, very low damage. But the boss does low damage anyway. As you can see, you don't need a tank. Vaughn is naked, so he's getting hit pretty hard, and he still didn't die. And then just go ahead and finish him off on turn 2 with your DPS. Or, turn 3, 4, 5, it doesn't matter. Well, actually, you want to win by turn 4, because obviously your 3-star barrage units are going to die on turn 1. So you want to kill him before the break bar wears off. But as you can see, it's pretty simple. If you break his stats, he does nothing. And on turn 1, if you're using 3 dual-wielding barrage units, that will take care of it for you. So some cheap units are Shira, Gravy, Suzumi, Camille. Those are all the 3 and 4-star units that have barrage naturally. If you've got the barrage materia from that trust reward, I forget the name of the unit that gives the trust reward. It's a 3-star unit. You've probably pulled 100 of them over time. You can just put the barrage materia on someone. Or there's a whole bunch of higher units that get it at like 5-star and above. Alright, so that's done. So now we're going to go over here to this EX stage, which you want to farm every day. It's the Versus HO512. I did a video on this once. I just kind of like half-assed it and it wasn't very effective. But now we're going to do like a more serious clear. So we're going to load up our Mog farming team. Alright, so we're going to be using Neovision's Tifa, which everyone should have. We've geared her with a Thunder weapon because that's going to allow her to do thunder damage and take advantage of Reno's Imperil. Other than that, she's just geared for some DPS. And her Brave Shift mode, we're going to be doing for the final boss. She's just got, you know, whatever. Some limit burst damage materia and a non-elemental weapon. The rest of the team doesn't matter. We're going to be doing chaining a little bit with Red. He can chain. This is not required. We actually might not even use him. Reno's the breaker. We're using the Cactuar materia for evasion on the team. Not evasion. Mirage on the team. So that's going to be helpful. 1,000 needles. And then Sephiroth is going to be our provoker, but we're probably not even going to need him because we're going to probably just one-shot every wave. 1 or 2-shot every wave. Alright, so what you want to do is you want to dual cast Reno's cooldowns. These he gets at level 110, so make sure you 7-star him and give him like 1 maxed Cactuar to level 110 him. And then Tifa can just triple cast her Meteor Strike, and this should kill everything. And just change target each time. So all 3 cast. Oh, we were a little bit slow on that one. Okay, that's fine. So we'll just provoke and Mirage and guard. Or re-raise. These deal very, very, very low damage if you're using Reno as your breaker, so even though we didn't one-shot him, it's whatever. Let's go ahead and finish this guy off. Yeah, if you time it correctly, you can actually make each of Tifa's triple cast hit 1 per, but I just changed target too slowly. Okay, so again, we're going to break and imperil with Reno. This is imperiling their thunder resist by 120%, which is why we're using a thunder weapon on Tifa. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and target, change target. I might have done it too slow again. I did. I was too slow. Whatever, doesn't matter. This guy's going to do some weak AoE, but because he's broken by Reno, it's going to do like nothing, and we miraged most of it anyway. Alright, we'll finish him off. Yeah, that was just bad target swapping. Usually I do the target swapping pretty well, and I can just one-shot the waves by hitting all 3 with one of the triple cast, but I timed it wrong today. Who cares? Alright, so we're going to break this guy again. Now you have 2 options here. You can, like, double cast a Stardust Ray and chain it with Red, which will almost probably one-shot the guy. Maybe I'll do that. Or you can do something flashy, like you can Brave Shift Tifa and do the LB on turn 2. We're going to do that because it's a little bit more fun. So we're going to power up. We're going to use the Magnus, and we'll use the damage reduction. We'll just guard these 2. We'll Mirage. Okay, so here we go. So now we'll use, let's see, Red is Group 2. I think Reno has Group 2 chains. Oh, he doesn't. He has Group 1 and Group 16. I usually chain Stardust Ray, but I'm being fancy here, so. Alright, we've got Sephiroth. So Sephiroth can chain Group 1 with Reno. So we'll chain Group 1 and Group 1. And we'll LB with Tifa. So we'll chain these. And then we'll LB with Tifa and finish the guy off. We actually might not have needed to even cap that because Tifa's LB does such dramatically insane damage. But there we go. There's a quick and easy way to farm the EX stage, which you can only do once a day. And then the Necrolizard, the guy we killed first with the break bar. Him you can kill as many times as you want. And you want to farm, if you want to completely max out all 3 of the Final Fantasy VII units, you're going to need 530 of the Brave coins from the Necrolizard guy. You get a few of them from login rewards and stuff, but you're going to have to farm the rest of them from this guy in the Vortex. And he takes 50 energy per run, so at about 20 coins per run, let's see. It's going to be about 26 kills of this guy, approximately, which is going to cost you 1,300 energy. So you're going to be farming this guy for a while, assuming you want to get all the Brave coins needed. But, as you saw, with some barrage units, a breaker, and then someone like Kuja, or anyone, any DPS is totally fine. Once you break the guy's stats, he goes down really easy. So there you go. Here's some tips for farming the event. I know I probably should have done this on day 1, but blah, I was whatever. Yeah, so better late than never. Here you go. Hopefully it's helpful. See you guys later.